European Union countries have reached a deal to issue a 90 billion euros loan to meet Ukraine's financial and military needs for 2026 and 2027. Brussels is aiming to make the first payment in early April to spare Kiev from a sudden drop-off in foreign aid. The agreement on the legal text was struck by EU ambassadors on Wednesday. The 90 billion euros loan will be funded through the issuance of common debt, with the EU budget as a guarantee for investors. The 90 billion euros figure will be split into two main pillars, 30 billion euros in budgetary aid and 60 billion euros in military aid. The balance could be changed if the war comes to an end. As part of the deal, Hungary, Slovakia and the Czech Republic will be completely exempted from all financial obligations, including annual interest payments. The legal texts still require the approval of the European Parliament, which has committed to fast-tracking the procedure.
The European Union should appoint a special envoy as part of the ongoing negotiations to end Russia's war in Ukraine, the president of Estonia told Euronews. President Alarkaris also stressed that any communication with Russia should be conducted in consultation with Ukraine. He refrained from giving names, but stressed the chosen envoy should come from a big European country and enjoy credibility on both sides.
The European Union should be involved in these discussions as well. Although we are not fighting with Russia directly, but we have been supporting Ukraine for so many years already and continue to do so. So we should have a say as well. But you see, I mean, again, we are a bit late.
The question of whether to reopen diplomatic channels with Russia, largely closed since February 2022, has surfaced more prominently in recent weeks. France, Italy, Austria, Luxembourg and the Czech Republic have backed the idea of launching direct talks to avoid depending solely on the White House. Germany has dismissed it, citing Putin's bombardment of Ukrainian cities in winter as proof that the Kremlin doesn't want to negotiate.
Spain will ban the use of social media for children under 16, and platforms will be required to implement age verification systems, according to an announcement by Prime Minister Pedro Sánchez.
Today, our children are exposed to a space they were never meant to navigate alone. A space of addiction, abuse, pornography, manipulation, violence. We will no longer accept that.
The government has announced 5 measures targeting digital platforms, including a new bill to hold social media executives responsible for illegal and hateful content.
Bueno, yo creo que tal vez fuese un poco fuerte, tal vez sería bueno tener algunas restricciones para los menores, pero prohibirlos como tal me parece una medida un poco fuerte.
Hubiera sido mejor algún tipo de restricción, no de frente prohibir que hasta los 16 años no puedan tener redes sociales.
A mí me parece bien, creo que no están formados y creo que es una buena medida.
The announcement comes after Australia passed the world's first ban on social media use for children under 16 in December. Other European countries are also considering similar measures, including the United Kingdom and France.
And semiconductors to music, creativity and deep tech. 4 days in and the conversations still haven't slowed down. From startups and artists to policymakers and engineers, Web Summit Qatar is where ideas meet reality. From AI and semiconductors to music, creativity and deep tech, the summit showed how innovation is shaping how we live, work and create.
We make those robots as a friend for the children they can use for themselves to do the homeworks and create more efficiency for themselves with providing the content from school or the institution, implementing into robots.
Across stages and booths, one theme kept coming back. Technology is no longer abstract. It's personal. It's embedded in everyday life.
If you open up your phone, if you open up any appliance these days, you will see chips in there. Semiconductors have been the driving force behind the renaissance in computing and communication. All of that these days are adding to it AI.
As Web Summit comes to a close, one thing is clear. The future isn't coming. It's already here. Mohammed Alashi, Euronews, Doha.
I guess people will enjoy the performance as we will all do, because, you know, art is something very special. It can be mysterious, it can be inspirative. The work that Matt has done is a very unique piece of art. He combines human movement with all the hidden information behind architecture and the universe, as he called it, the hidden order information. And from a storytelling perspective, for me, it was hard to follow the path Matt was drawing. And at the end of the preview, I realized there's nothing to understand but to enjoy. Humans are meant to create and enjoy art, but not necessarily to understand it.
And we get a lot of questions about people wanting to see the projection mapping throughout the year. So that's also one of the reasons why we wanted to create a space inside the house that could host contemporary art, so we could extend the time that this projection's happening, and also bring the dialogue across the interior and exterior of the city. So we try and really document all of the projects and create and share that on our social media. We have a huge social media community that's quite engaged. Even we get a lot of messages from Argentina. That's kind of the biggest audience we have online, which is kind of weird considering that it's so far away, yet the engagement with Gaudi is still there. And also we're hoping that with contemporary we can later down the road take it outside of the house and show Gaudi's work in a way that can reach many millions more outside.
LNG 2026 kicked off in Doha with a blockbuster plenary session featuring CEOs of the 5 biggest energy companies in the world: Qatar Energy, Total Energies, Shell, ExxonMobil, and ConocoPhillips. And the message was clear: gas is here to stay. Executives reiterated their support for LNG, calling it an affordable, reliable, and efficient source of energy that can meet the world's growing demand.
You need oil, you need gas, we need electricity for a very long time. And as everybody mentioned, we're trying to do our best on best technology on emission, and CO2 sequestration, to get the best and most affordable energy to the market.
Presented by the International Gas Union, the LNG series has been the marquee event for the sector for nearly 60 years, and it promises to continue navigating industry challenges like regulation and policy.
Well, our role is to advocate for the gas industry as a whole, including LNG, including the low carbon gases, we still have a certain level of idealism influencing policy. And I think we need to move to a practical view of energy, the addition of energy, how we bring people out of poverty, and then have practical regulatory environments that allow the industry to grow.
Another big topic is the growth of North America's gas market. The US is the world's leading LNG exporter, accounting for nearly 25% of global supply. Despite setbacks in project approvals and cost pressures, the US supply chain has proven its resilience over the last 10 years.
And I don't question our ability to continue to deliver LNG. I think that we're in a good place there. I think that the supply chain, right, LNG, especially in the US, we're uniquely positioned in the sense of when I talk about that infrastructure that's critical, when we say we're going to deliver gas, we're a reliable trade partner.
The role of AI is also making a buzz. Analysts say AI will not only support the demand for energy through data centers, it will also be a key source of leverage for companies looking to stay competitive.
Beyond this, I think we need to consider the AI not only from a demand perspective of energy, is how the industry is going to start applying AI to its production, okay, and to make it even more efficient. They are also starting to think about how AI they can improve their operations to make it more reliable and more efficient.
LNG 2026 runs through Thursday with more than 300 exhibitors from over 80 countries and thousands of delegates engaging in dialogue, technical workshops, and networking sessions. Laila Humaira, Euronews, Qatar.